Hello everyone and welcome back into the final full court press of the season, brought to you by Carolina Care Urgent Care and Sports Medicine. And the final show of the year also means it's the final week of the high school basketball regular season, and tonight's rivalry games did not disappoint. Let's start with our matchup of the week. The Hoggard Vikings hosting crosstown rival New Hanover tonight. Neither team had dropped a game in conference play, and it was the Wildcats striking first. Jeremy Aldrich, the steal on one end, sprays it ahead to Lanier Pocknick for the transition bucket. But from that point on, the Vikings went on a big run themselves. The extra pass, kick in the corner to Bryce Eichelberger, and the junior knocks down the tray. It's 8-2 early on, then time winding down. In the first quarter, Hoku Fisher gets his shot to find the bottom of the net just before the buzzer. New Hanover, though, did their best to stay in the game. I'm not sure how you stop this. James Jones Jr. pull-up falls right there for him, but there was no denying the Vikings tonight. Sam Jones says, "I'll take this one," gets his defender off his feet and scores. And the Vikings clinch a share of the conference title with a 66-50 win. And I mentioned it is a share of the MEC title, and that's because the league decided it would only count games from January 29th towards the conference standings, meaning that now both Hoggard and Laney are tied atop those standings. But we'll get more into that later on in the show. Let's get back into the highlights. Go out to Viketown for the girls game. New Hanover's locked up the 3A spot in next week's playoffs. Hoggard trying to stay hot headed into the postseason. New Hanover wastes no time jumping out on top in this one. Andrea Shuford uses a screen and nails the three ball. The Vikings, though, had a response nearly right away. Isis Tresvik, coast to coast. She's got the basket and the foul. She's pumped up, and Hoggard has the three-point lead. But in the second half, New Hanover fought back to take the lead. Too much space. Tamori Wilson says, "Thank you very much." And I love everything about this play right here. Jada Armour saves it in. No look to Lacey Lovett. And one. She's going the other way. Rolls it over, and that one rolls in. It is a huge fourth quarter for her, and Hoggard wins it 46-34 the final. Now let's go from Hoggard down to Ashley High School. Screaming Eagles wrapping up the year, taking on Laney. The Bucks in transition early. Koa Surgao goes straight up top to Gregory Bryant for the bucket there. Then next time winding down the Eagles. Who else? It's Michael Pocknick. Gets his floater to fall, and Ashley would eventually take the early lead in this ball game. Blake Lewis, little friendly roll on your home court, and back and forth we go. Neither team led by more than 10 points for a majority of this game, but down the stretch, the Bucks relied on good ball movement. Working baseline, it's Michael Milholland finds corner, and who else? It's Connor Poe hits the three ball, and Ashley would keep it close from start to finish, but the Bucks get the 41-35 win. Now let's move on to the girls' game. Ashley locked up the top 4A spot. They have just one loss on the year. Laney fighting for their playoff hopes, and senior Reagan Stewart giving it all she has right here. Knocks down the three for this young lady. Slicing and dicing the Bucks defense all night. Sanaya Rivers, the pretty finish, rolls it home with the fingers, but Laney tried to keep themselves within striking distance in this ball game in the second half, and they would respond out of the timeout with a bucket. Brooke Summer adjusts, knocks down the shot here. But as we mentioned, there was no slowing down the Ashley offense tonight. Sanaya Rivers takes a couple steps back, makes the shot harder. Nothing but nylon. She was on tonight. Career high 51 points for Rivers. And Ashley ends the regular season with the 73-32 win. And our Mid-Eastern Conference games are in the books. But don't worry, we still have much more to go here on the Full Court Press. After the break, we'll go out to Columbus County for a rivalry game. It's East and West meeting on the hardwood.